Ooh, spooky. Hello, it's me, Buppy Park. Welcome to more Paranormasight, the mysteries of ghost stands. Yeah. So we've been doing some stuff. Last time, what happened last time? Last time we were advancing the storyline of the hot depressed mom, and the romance between the depressed mom and the detective. Which, yeah, I shipped them. They're pretty cool together. Dude is ready to give it up, give up everything for this girl. He's ready to be like, yeah, I'll kill. I hope kill this woman. Kill, sure. But yes, Haruo Shigima's continuation of her story. Haruo has received multiple reports about other suspected curse bearers, although concerned about Ayame Tono, who is insane, who is apparently also after the curse stones. She entrusts Richter to continue his investigation. So yeah, Richter is tailing Ayame, who we met and finally found out her connection to one of the other curse bearers, who it's very much she's just manipulating the dude and doesn't care about him at all, and all she wants is to resurrect, at least that's what she's told us, is to resurrect an old dude who was in his 90s when he died, just so she could talk about fucking art with him, which is the most dumbest reason ever. It's so funny. But also it could just be a lie. Like, yeah, who knows? But I'd believe it, so sure. Let's continue on. I think she was told to come back home. That's what she's saying, back here again. This is her house, I guess. Back here again. I left Victor to continue looking for the curse bearers and came home alone. Damn. Will this really be enough to gather the soul dregs I need? What if nobody uses any more curses? I'll lose my chance to bring him back. It's a big house. The old Shikima mansion. We rebuilt it here after the Great Kanto earthquake. It's always stayed the same after all these years. Even the war didn't touch it. I never liked it growing up. I always wanted to live somewhere more modern. This is an update. The Shigima residence. Once a warrior clan with a mansion in Honjo, now a dynasty of police officials, the Shigima family is one of the considerable repute. The family estate was relocated some distance from the city, but the Great Kanto earthquake of 23 forced them to rebuild to a new location. The Shigima mansion was at one time a bustling place where members of the social elite mingled. 1 year ago, however, the head of the house was struck with a sudden melancholy. Ever since their mansion has stood silent as the grave. Sudden melancholy, huh? I can hear the wind rustling in the trees. I'm sorry. Oh, it's a bird. Yo, is that an ostrich? The mockingbird number 5 discovered. Bro, he's decked out. They got a seat? They got horns. Fucking love this guy. Think. No, it's just ellipses. Let's go inside. We can wait here. What else you got? I guess this is a wait here in case you missed the mockingbird. Which we didn't. Let's go inside. Hello, Snow Monkey. Welcome. Oh, I like how that was the continuation of the story. That's it. The story's over. Alright, what the fuck do we do now? Well, the only one is this green light. My guess is from the last time, we also found out that Haruo may have discovered the secret identity of the janitor being the murderer who got out of prison. And he was arrested 30 years ago. And, yeah. What does resume mean? Resume or restart? We start from the beginning, after leaving the classroom, start from the school grounds. Let's talk to him at school grounds. We know his secret. We could skip some of this. We already know. It already came out. We already read this. Well, we're back to being Yuko. Geek. Well, this guy isn't what he seems. He was cool too, but he was a murderer apparently. I'm not acting out. It's mine. It's cool. Was he gonna do something to her? Go home. I'm worried about Mio. Can we not go and help? Wait, was go home alone without Mio the first choice? I think I fucked up. Nah, this is the ending where we die. Or she's dead. Well, we die and she's also dead. Yeah, dead. Eek. I don't think it's gonna help. Yeah, let's jump to that one. But what happens if we click go home without her? My only guess is because we know this information that he's now a murderer. I say I'm sorry, I guess. Huh? Oh, right. Mr. Jinochi was actually looking for you inside the main building. Was that? He's here right now. What's he thinking? I don't know. He was in Class 3B on the second floor just a bit ago. I suppose that means I can't be locking up yet. Second floor, you said. I'll go take a peek. Be back in a jiff. My house is really close by. I'll be fine on my own, really. That's so? The snack shop, right? Suppose you'll be fine then. Be careful, you hear? Stay on the big, well-lit streets. If something happens about shout fire. Okay. You worry too much. Well, we wouldn't want to be losing any more students. Why do you say it like that? Huh? No, I imagine you'd know that better than anyone. Yes, you're right. This guy wanted to walk with me, so that is suspect. But I don't know, maybe after 30 years he reformed. I mean, he was a murderer who cut up a bunch of kids, so it's hard to reform from that, but I mean, who knows? Mio's late. I've been waiting for 20 and 30 minutes, there's no sign of her. Huh? There's someone coming down the road. We still haven't encountered the other guy. I think this is the alternate universe where he just dies. And he's just dead. Oh no, a teacher. It's Mr. Araishi. He looks on edge. I wonder what he's doing. Wait, he's the one who discovered the rite of resurrection. It wouldn't be strange for him to be involved with curses. I wonder if he has a curse stone. What do I do? But it's way past 10 minutes. Mio said she'd be here by... I managed to escape. I can't let that go to waste. I need to get out of here before anyone sees me. And so we do the brave thing. And leave our friend to die. Truly. What a protagonist. I'm home. Thank goodness. I don't think the walk ever felt so long. Nobody will be able to use their curse once it's light outside. I need to go look for Mio as soon as it's morning. But for now, I need some rest. This is the bad end, because just... What the heck? That's odd. So this is a continuation of detectives. Yeah. A threatening phone call. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, after persuading Araishi, the curse bearer of the ever-burning lantern, to give up his stone, Tsutsumi and Ario have obtained 3 curse stones in total. Yeah. And we did it without murdering everybody. We're so good. They continue their investigation into town in search for the remaining curse bearers. I don't even know if murdering at all is a choice. It's mostly the text decisions we make, but murdering doesn't seem to be splitting things off, because I feel like if we murdered them, we would have taken the stones anyway. And from when I played in the super murderer up in the top, our first main character, it seemed like he just was murdering them anyway. I don't know. Or if I didn't murder them, I die anyway, so it was a game over. Well, with this, we'll have visited every place connected to the 7 mysteries. This is the last spot, huh? And we've got nothing to show for it. Even though every last location looks suspect from top to bottom. Maybe we came at the wrong time. There might not have been any curse bearers around. Sounds like we need to do another round before morning comes then. Or maybe someone's been observing our movements. What? No way. It's just a thought. Either way, we should check out this last place. Let's hope we finally get a lead. Kinchibori Park. If this is the same universe as us leaving Mio, then it's probably... we have one curse. Oh, we're going to the park. We're going to the park. Damn, we went here last. Yep, it's the universe where he's dead. That's why he's not running around murdering everybody. Not fun. What the hell is this? Is he dead? Damn it. We were too late. Was this curse too? Hang on. I'm gonna call this in. I'll leave it to you. I'm gonna take a look around. Do we even have phones? I think we have phone booths or radios. I probably have radios back then. Boss, bad news. What is it? Another mystery stuff was reported in the area just now. The medical unit and forensics teams are on their way, but it'll be a while before they arrive. Fuck. Ah, that is bad news. So they got someone else. You think this is the work of the curse bearer? Suspicious deaths popping up one after another. We have to assume it is. Shit. Guess we'll be stuck waiting around for a while. Now, you guys, I know you guys are like short-staffed, huh? Should we do our own autopsy or what? Oh, nah, bro. Nah. I don't want to answer that. No. Huh? Boss, that phone is ringing. Excuse me, buddy. Just wait. Huh? What's this? There's something stuck in the side of the phone. Oh, shit! Come on, boss. That's not what we're supposed to be searching for. But this is important. This pelican is wearing a wig and that super cool dog jacket. Sick as hell. Fine. We'll walk up to the goddamn thing. Oh, we better go check it out. You're right, but be careful. It could be a curse. Hey, I said we. You expect me to go alone? What if I die, boss? You're the one who's tough against this stuff. Don't worry, boss. You can do it. Go on now. Damn it. Hello? Who is this? Is this for my pizza that I ordered? Hello? Kinchibori Park phone booth. Evening, Detective. Tsutsumi. How are things looking out there? Is this the guy who, we first murdered? The pharmaceutical guy? Who is this? I finally got him. The real deal. Detective Tetsuo Tatsumi himself. Ah, wait. That's Chief Inspector Tatsumi now, isn't it? You've come a long way since we last met. I asked you to identify yourself. Man, have you forgotten already? After all the time we spent together. What a time that was. As I recall, I gave you quite the runaround. Wait, is this? Yo, it's the murderer? Fumichika Ninjima. What? Did you say Fumichika Ninjima? Like the one from the Ninjima murders. Ding, ding, ding. You got it. I had a feeling that the great Chief Tatsumi would remember me. I spent 20 long years in a cell thanks to you. That shit was not easy. Oh, it was 20 years ago. You should be thanking me. Should have given you plenty of time to think and atone for your sins. That it did. I've repented. My conscience is clean as a whistle. Bullshit. 20 years in prison doesn't even begin to make up for the shit you did. I don't know about that. After all, the justice system was gracious enough to grant me parole. What? This is the real Fumichika Ninjima. You must still have a grudge against me for arresting him. So is this payback? Damn it! How'd you find me? How do you know where I am? That's my favorite part. The sound of confusion in your voice. It's to die for. This is delicious. I can't get enough. I'm not telling you shit. Have fun racking your little brain for it. What's your goal? Now, you gotta understand. I've repented. Seeing the light. I've been a good boy since I was granted parole. I even got myself a job. Been real serious about walking the right path. Well, that's very nice. Keep it up. But it was no good. When the opportunity arose, it was impossible to hold myself back. I knew I had to give you a little token of thanks so I'd never truly be able to have a fresh start. Do you get what I'm saying? No thanks. I don't need anything. No need to do all that for me. Just try and live a quiet life. Oh, it's no hassle. No hassle at all. It would be all too easy just to kill you. To tear you apart. But that wouldn't be very satisfying. Certainly not after 20 fucking years of waiting. Oh, he cursed. You can't say that on this. It's a kid's game. Obviously with a dead corpse over there. That's a long time to nurture a grudge. You fucking bet it is. I let it gnaw at me. Grow inside me. I thought of nothing else. All that time I played model prisoner. Endured the harassment those asshole guards threw at me. And I did it all for you, Tatsumi. So please, just accept my deepest and most sincere feelings. Sorry, but I'm afraid I don't feel the same way about you. Shut the fuck up! That attitude of yours is why I'm saving you for last! The hell you want, man? What are you planning? Whatever it is, bring it on. I'm not running away. I just told you I'm not coming for you yet. Pay attention when people talk, shithead! You see, this time I want to see you on your knees. Weeping in despair, begging for mercy. Oh no, I'm sorry, dear Ninjima. Please forgive me, I won't do it again. Shut the fuck up. This is exactly why I've always hated you so fucking much. These two are fucking going at each other. It was worth a shot. You really think that would save me, asshole? You must be crazy. Well, then we're both crazy. We've got so much in common. We should be friends. Enjoy cracking your jokes while you still can. I'm gonna kill everyone you care about, one by one till there's no one left. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm a lone wolf. I don't have anyone like that in my life. Boss? What about me? Or wait, are you trying to protect me? Yeah. There's not a single person you care about? Buddy, play along. I wonder what your sweet daughter would think if she were here to hear that. Bitch! Don't you fucking dare! I'm warning you! Oh, very nice. This is more like it. She's living all on her own now, isn't she? Attending university and all. Such a good girl. Oh my, don't tell me that she just happens to live in Honjo. She just happens to live in Honjo? Oh god, wait. She goes to university? Junior college degree. Yoko started working as a housekeeper. Oh my god, it's probably her, isn't it? What? No, it says following graduation, though. So it couldn't... No, she graduated. She couldn't... What else could it be? It's not her. I think she's a little too old. She also doesn't go to university. I don't think it's a character we've met. All the other girls that we met are all like teenagers. What is it? Let me go down that way. What the fuck? I gotta go down with the D-pad. Oh, wait, there we go. Ayame Tono. That could be her. Is it Ayame? Oh my. She's a bit nutso. But it could definitely be her. So, may have to turn down the brightness on this game. But yeah, no, it could be Ayame Tono. She seems like the type of person that's involved in this. What? She does? No, forget it. This isn't funny, asshole. I'm going to find you and make you pay. I love it. Keep going. I want to hear you lose your mind. It's music to my ears. Fuck you! Well, this is taking a turn for the worse. We're getting our daughter's being threatened. I look forward to chopping up your precious daughter. It'll be just like old times. I won't let that happen. Oh, it's still the same. How'd you find me? I guess I could give you a little hint. Go on. Well, you see, I have the one-sided read. Shit. Of course you do. Tatsumi, you have the Evergreen Beach, no? Najima, you're a curse bearer. You're using the power of the curse! Indeed. What a peculiar curse it is. But that's where my hints end. God damn it. The curse echo couldn't have fallen into worse hands. Ah, one more thing we should discuss. In fact, it's the most important thing. I thought you were finally going to shut up. I'm already sick of you, so I'll pass. Oh, but you don't want to miss this. It's the main course. I could just go after your daughter, but something tells me you'd get bored. No, I'm good. You got me real fired up. You're in my head. Well done. But this is a gift tailor-made for you. I'm going to kill all the people you swore to protect. Every last person living here. You couldn't. Oh, but with this curse of mine, I can. I'll give you until dusk. By then, I could probably get a couple hundred people or so. And it'll all be your fault. Oh, it must be so hard to know they'll all die because of you. So tragic. It must be tearing you apart. Don't fuck with me. There's no way an amateur like you could pull off a curse that strong. Unfortunately for you, I absolutely can. My curse stone is a particularly strong one. Which means I can have my fun without needing to hold back one bit. It's almost like a feast of shadows was cast just for me. You're surprisingly well informed about this. Who was it that tipped you off? Who knows? Then how about I kill myself first and ruin all your fun? What about that, asshole? Idiot. You think I'd call it off just because you were dead? There's no running away for you. I'll find you. I won't let you get away with this, Najima. You got 12 hours. Do you really think your paltry little organization will be able to make a dent in my plans? Oh, the sacrifices made will be heavy. I can't wait to see you sobbing with regret. I'll even have enough soldiers to pull off the rite of resurrection. How splendid. Wait. Najima. You're after the... Anyway, see you around. Bye-bye now. Oh, this is bad. Oh, thank you for telling me to check my posture. Oh my goodness. Boss! There you go. Did you catch all that? Najima. What is he planning? Who knows? For now, we need to find him and get him into custody. Send word to headquarters. But the fact that the 7 mysteries are wrapped up in this is gonna make things tricky. You mean with Najima being a curse bearer? Just our luck, really. There couldn't have been a worse guy. Sounds like his curse will be able to kill a whole lot of people at once. I'd like to avoid getting our investigators caught in the crossfire. We'll use them to find out where he is, and we're going in alone. We should try to collect as many curse stones as we can before then. Let's hurry. Aye, boss. Doesn't look good for these two. Later. It was reported that the total of 3 suspicious deaths were discovered that night. Najima's threats, along with the curses, were kept secret from the general public. However, the Honjo serial killings still made international headlines following the death of police officer Hajime Yoshimi. After Tatsumi's request, a large-scale investigation was launched into Fumichiko Najima's whereabouts. Tatsumi and Ario themselves spent the rest of the night looking for curse bearers in the area, but their search ended in vain. No, this is the bad end! And with that, the curtain closed on that cursed night. 12 hours to sunset. Oh no, it's kind of the bad end. So now it's daytime. What? What daytime? Oh shit. Which one should we go for? Well, these are kind of intertwining right now. Let's go with detectives here. Hajime Yoshimi's death, Najima's threats of mass murder. The problems just pile up, putting the detective's goal of collecting all the curse stones in jeopardy. Tatsumi leaves Ario to handle the investigation while he catches a break. Catches a quick break. These guys need to sleep. It's 9 a.m. Oh boy, up all night, huh? Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took you long enough. Forensics finished their investigation and the body's been carried away. That said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. This place was really giving me the creeps last night, but it looks pretty normal now with the sun out. Poor first character. I think he's doomed to be the first victim. Don't know if there's an ending where he gets out alive. He's been up all night gathering information. Must be nice to be young and have that kind of energy, but I'm glad to have him on my side. It gave me a chance to rest up. Well, we've got ourselves quite the mess. Strange deaths popping up all over the place that may or may not have something to do with the curses. We also need to keep looking for Yoshimi Najima. For now, we better start following up on a few leads we've got. Let's better see what Ario's found out. So just to remember, Hajime Yoshimi. Well, he's dead. We have to find Najima, who we believe is Makoto Ashimiya. They just let him change his name. You'd think they wouldn't do that. But alright. Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks. The floor is yours. How about the serial killings? A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. Let's start with that one. The young man we found here. He's been identified as Shoko Oki, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in his lungs. He drowned. He drowned? In the middle of the park? That's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss. Isn't the park associated with one of the 7 mysteries, too? The Whispering Canal. Yes. I believe it's that one. We were talking about the canal the entire time when they were here. That's right. That's right. The Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Ariel. You're trying to get the hang of this. So let's assume they're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamizawa. The victim was then identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well, yes. The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning the foot. The foot-washing mansion. Exactly. Crushing is the foot-washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the 7 mysteries. And this is Namigaki's doing. Shit, I knew he'd use it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And as for the 3rd victim, he was identified as Kohei Jinochi, 32, teacher at Komagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. So Mio didn't die, which is odd. That must mean that, okay, maybe when what's her character again? Yako? Yeah, maybe when Yako talks about Mio, it says like Mio's over there. It gives a hint for the actual Najima, which is not him. But you get this is him, but you know it's the freaking guy. Yeah, that guy. He gives a hint to that guy to be like, oh, there's a high school girl in there? Well, let me go murder her. And then he goes to murder her, with his own little curse that he has. But I guess Yako said specific words that were like, hey, someone's asking for you in a specific hallway. You should go up there and then check it out. I was like, all right, I guess I will. And he just goes up to a different hallway instead. So he does not get to murder her at all. This is it, assuming that he is Najima, and I'm going to assume he is for now. What was the other character who died? Was he Yoko? It just seemed like... Okay, look at the... Tawako Hayashi. Do we know a Tawako Hayashi? We do not know a character like that, so it just seemed like a random person who was crushed by the teacher. Who was not that teacher, the other teacher. Yeah, this guy, Hideki Araishi. Hideki Araishi. Not to be confused with that girl. I don't think they're any relation. Is there any relation? No, Hayashi Araishi. I don't know why I got the same last name. No, what's wrong with me? No. So yeah, he killed her. There's just some random girl. Because he was, I don't know, he was just trying to get the soul dregs. He was like, fuck it. Time to murder. Kohei Jinochi, 32 teacher at Komagata High. Wait, that's the other teacher, isn't it? Yeah. I'm probably murdered by the janitor. Yeah, there was a guy being accosted by him, her. Okay, now she's the girl who committed suicide, and this is the girl who was found with Kohei. But Michio was also supposedly a mastermind and kidnapped a kid? A lot of stuff going on right now. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or a heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Oh. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, we couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. A teacher dying at school. And not just any school. Komagata House is one of the 7 mysteries. What was it again? Beckoning light? The school is housed of, the specific one that Yako has. The Fool's Procession. But we didn't use that. We didn't kill him. We did not kill him with the Fool's Procession. That was not us. So, someone else. So, we have to say this is the correct answer. Right. That's where I jumped my fucking controller. So, I was trying to get water. Hang on. Alright, sorry about that. Right. It's where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. Right. Let's see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right. And Hajima's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the 7 mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Could he have been hit by a different curse? Well, it didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries. That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. Someone who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Oh, really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Guess I better see. Yeah, so we have a bunch of other stuff to talk about. More about the serial killings. Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. But we can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes! I hadn't thought of that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news! So basically, we're safe during the daytime. Exactly! It's also likely why Nejima gave us till dusk. You must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye, boss. Let's do this. Have you watched Mushoku Tensei? Pretty good. The storyline's pretty good, but the sexual content isn't necessary. Mushoku Tensei. Goodness. I have not. I've heard about it, though. Let me see. Mushoku Tensei is that like one of the original isekais? Known for popularizing isekai. Yeah, it's the original isekai. Or one of them. One of them that at least popularized it all. And I think I saw clips of it on the internet. I have not seen it though. But yeah, sometimes some anime is just like, oh, the storyline's pretty good. Oh, now there's just tits and ass in my face. I mean, I like tits and ass, but kind of want to know more about the story. If I wanted tits and ass, I'd watch a hentai. I don't need to watch this. At that moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers you included. Yutaro Namigaki had the foot-washing mansion, and Hideki Araishi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both their curse zones. And then there's Nijima, who claims he has the one-sided read. Yeah, that about sums it up. What's on the bearers? Full position, Yako. The Haunting Clappers, Haruo Shigima. The Evergreen Beach, Tetsu and Tsutsumi. Yutaro had the foot-washing mansion, but we took it from him. Hideki Araishi... No, the mansion was Yutaro Namigaki, then I got it wrong. Michika Nijima has a read. We have 3 missing people who don't have stuff. No. If the person was killed by the foot washing thing, then it would have to have been the university student who's an asshole. Down here somewhere. Yeah, Yutaro Namigaki probably murdered somebody with this. We better figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nijima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye, boss. Sounds like we got our work cut out for us. Hajime no Yoshimi. I asked around about Sumida's Community Safety Bureau, where Yoshima was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shiraishi. Yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide, looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, and all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play, because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. That was the evidence. Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of the building, a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled a suicide, but he thought there was more to it. Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speed could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. So it could have been a truck instead. So there is a chance that it wasn't a suicide. What a terrible way to go. There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it could have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. This is turning into quite a grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly, so I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage, but I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's right. You think the driver is the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to the forensics and the traffic bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too. Good thinking. Hopefully it'll give us some more leads. Last I heard that her dad's very bad guy, so we'll go definitely meet him. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? The one Hitomi Okuda? Community safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address. Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want to do anything with her. Ugh. They didn't want anything to do with her anymore. Damn, that sucks. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have time for a stakeout right now, but she could be a key witness. Can we have community safety track her down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagatsu High School was closed today. Because of the teacher that died. That's right. I think all the other murders. Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then. Why can we still talk about this? I got some information about Yoshimi's fiance from the community safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But... oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community safety has been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? So... Mayu Chozawa. Oh, she is very pretty, goddamn. And she's probably also dead. Mayu's a beautician and the fiancé of Hajime Yoshimi. A police officer would assume the police department. Mayu's current whereabouts remain unknown. It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps. It's fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse. But Yoshimi was well liked. And they'd been together for over 10 years. You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors. I guess so. Well, we'll have to consider the opposite scenario too. It could be the same person who was out for Yoshimi's after his fiancé as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. Headquarters already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. Finally, from Chika Nijima. Do we have any word on his actual real identity right now? Headquarters has mobilized a search unit for Nijima, but so far we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work. About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. Guys! You're serious? So we have no idea where he lives? It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second, you're telling me nobody caught that? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. Oh, for fuck's sakes, bro. Bro. Be honest though, that's believable. Small town officers just not doing their jobs and horrible murders happening because of it? Yeah, that sounds about right. I've seen BuzzFeed Unsolved. A lot of reasons those terrible things happen is because some people were like, I'm not going to do my work that much today, whatever. So checking in on his work, place of work? Nah, sounds like a lot of work. I'm just going to talk with him a bit and then head on my way. He also said he just lost track of Nijima when he moved to a new place. Jeez, that's just sloppy. I heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. He's probably overworked. So Nijima got the fuck about unsupervised. God damn it! That asshole's annoyingly good at faking remorse or sanity. Whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him felt like a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name. which will make it hard to track him down. That explains why he so brazenly made contact. That asshole. He's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. That's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk. You at least have the mugshot currently? Speaking of Najima. Yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up. I don't have her contact info, alright? Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency, that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how the hell did Najima do it? Probably his curse. Former, eh? That cuts deep. Yikes. Sorry. It just kind of slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with his curse echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. They even allow him to act from a distance. I see. The one-sided read. What was the story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Alright. One of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. Wow, very appropriate to land in that guy's hands. As for Nijima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check with headquarters frequently to see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Okuda, or to Michio Shiraishi's house and find out more about her. I feel like we should go to Michio Shiraishi's house. Yeah, it sounds great. Yeah. Let's move. Getting more things. We'll go down the straight and narrow first. Fancy sushi! With dusk fast approaching, they have no time to waste. With that in mind, Tatsumi Nario direct their investigation toward Komagata High School and the Shiraishi residence. Yeah, let's go to the Shiraishi's neighborhood first. There's a lot of factors missing with this dead girl here. How long does this guy sleep? They were up until nearly 6 in the morning or some shit. At least whatever. Oh, well, Japan's sunrise is like 4 in the morning, actually, if I remember correctly. I think it's earlier. It seems like Michio's house is at the end of this road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go alone. So the Shiraishi household. There's a chance that Michio didn't actually kill herself. Might be for the best we didn't find her parents. The house is really crammed together in the narrow alleyways. Strangers like us walking through definitely stand out. It really feels like old Tokyo. There you are. What's that? Yo, it's an eagle with spikes on it. That's quiet. This place is normally pretty lively, full of people coming and going. It seems like everyone's decided to stay inside because of the recent incidents. Yeah, that sounds about right. I was checking the Shiraishi house at the end of the road. The street's real narrow. 2 big guys like us would stick out like a pair of sore thumbs. Alright, I'll go check the house. So the Shiraishi household. Yeah. He's chicken enough to have Shiraishi household. I'll just wait till he gets back. Can't even talk to the scumbag dad? Come on. Something I have to find in this alleyway. Or I just wait. Oh, he's back. Oh, you're back. No luck, boss. No one's home. Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but nobody came to the door. I glanced at the windows, but there was no sign of activity inside either. And I saw about 3 newspapers stuffed in a mailbox. Huh. So they're not here. What now? Yeah, looks kind of disappointed. Not much we can do if they're not home. Let's go somewhere else for now. I guess we go here later then. Go back to high school. It's closed right now, but maybe someone's lingering about. Maybe Nejima's there, working his janitor job. Oh, there's a silhouette of a policeman and random people walking by. Here we are, Komagata High School. Classes are suspended for today, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. This place isn't the only connected to the case, but because the students were under Yoshima's jurisdiction. It's also the site of the Fool's Procession, and of course, where that teacher was killed. Seems like a likely place to find some clues, don't you think? Oh right, speaking of schools. What is it? You said Paranormal Affairs can't help us right now? So why don't we get that psychic high schooler you mentioned to help us? A lot of people involved in this case lead back to the school anyway, so it might make things easier to have them with us. Well, guy, you question me on the legality of working with them. You sure seem eager to exploit underage labor. Hey, who said anything about exploiting them? I just want to give our young experts the opportunity to shine. And you become such a smooth talker. Anyway, I'm afraid I don't know where they are. Oh, I see. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout the area. News of the dead teacher has also attracted a fair share of rubberneckers. The atmosphere is kind of tense with this many cops around. The school gate would stay locked until while forensics inspects the scene of the incident. Looks like they're still busy. Let's talk to a person in charge later. Komagata High School's gymnasium also serves as a polling place and evacuation center. A lot of buildings around here are still made of wood, but this place looks safe and sturdy. Right. Yoshimi also looked out for these students as a Sumida City officer. Juvenile delinquency has been a growing problem for years now. The school is no exception. Juvenile delinquency. The midpoint of the Showa era saw a marked increase in delinquency among young people. A wave of violent incidents targeting teachers as well as students, and often involving weapons, consumed the nation's middle and high schools. Bosozoku motorcycle gangs also enjoyed their heyday around this time. Japanese arrest rates reached a historical peak during this period, and pompadoured Yankees and female Sukeban students became the common sight on the streets. The youth rebellion is often framed as a reaction to universal education policy and the pressure of highly competitive entrance exams, but its causes are likely manifold, extending far beyond the deficiencies of the education system. And that's what the Mockingbirds are based off of. Oh, there's names of them. Head Honcho. The Ostracizer. Illegal Eagle? That's like a YouTuber. Pelicanot. Oh my god, these are amazing names. I love them. I don't think there's anyone gonna be here. I think we have to go to the other charts. You cannot currently progress any further. Once your situation has changed, select resume and try again. Pressing suspend will return you to the story chart. I guess we cannot do anything in this apart. Well, it's about students, so let's go to Hitomi. Hitomi's help. Bringing your friend back from the dead means she'll have to pay the price. Yako makes it home safely, but still isn't sure about how to proceed with her curse. She worries about Mio as the night passes. "8 a.m. Oh, she's okay. Unless her face is dead. Oh, good morning, Yako. Huh? Yako? Rise and shine. Huh? Are you falling asleep in the fucking middle of the road, standing up? You're up! It's morning? Are you okay? Can you remember your name? Duh, I'm... the Spectre of the... Yes, I am the Spectre of the Spirit Board. No, don't fall back asleep. You must still be dreaming. Wake up. Yes, I'm Yako Sasaki. Good. Oh, Mio. Thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. Couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in that situation, it's the best you can hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Oh, well, the truth is, I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. Huh? You mean you can learn that kind of stuff like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. Huh? That sounds like it must have been tough. Yes, it would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as an apprentice, or maybe more like assistant, to a notable paranormal expert. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens. Okay, she's in like a person pretending to be a teacher. So I will stretch after this flashback is over. Wow, that's amazing. So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student? Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's a part of my training, so I don't get any money. Oh, you've got it tough then. Rough then, but still, that really is amazing. Alright, let me just stand up and stretch. Let's continue. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at this school. And why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah. The school's kind of closed though, but alright. Oh, do you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime, its power is diminished. I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right. I do have it, but... Yako? Is it really so wrong? Trying to bring Michio back, I mean. I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. That's what I believe, and what I'll put before anything else. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yako, I promise I won't use the curse, no matter what. But maybe there's some other way. I just have to have a feeling that I shouldn't give up the possibility just yet. That's it, I'll help you, even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Right! Thank you, Mio. Okay then, let's go. Alrighty then. So she does not want to give up the curse stone, which is a little worrying, but don't worry, as long as we don't use it, it'll be fine. There could be a moment, though, where she's about to get killed by somebody, and it'd be like, oh no, should we use it to save her? An old-fashioned candy shop located on the street corner of in Honjo. It has been in Yako Sasaki's family for 3 generations. On the weekends, you can spot Yako watching over the store, cooking monjayaki, and playing traditional tops and card games with the local children. Though traditional candy shops are known for selling cheap treats for kids, it's not uncommon to see these things largely privately owned businesses becoming something more like general stores, selling food, drinks, utensils, and other day necessities. Many families operate candy shops on the dirt ground floor of their home, known as a doma, with a space in the back where the customers can eat monjayaki, as well as arcade games and capsule toy machines in the front. Such facilities make them attractive places for children to gather and play. However, the harsh reality is that the traditional candy shops, which thrived during the period of high economic growth when many confectionery manufacturers entered the market, are experiencing a steady decline due to the rise of convenience stores and changes in children's interests and tastes. Yeah, why play little arcade machines in a convenience store when you got video games and TikTok? It's sad. I had convenience stores. Culture just erased. The high school front gates. What if we're here and we're just silhouettes to the officers? Who knows? Huh? I thought it unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay? Mr. Jinochi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't notice either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way. Ooh. Why? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Jinochi's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises, like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Probably gasping like, oh! Can't believe Ken's been found in the middle dead. Taking into account his unnatural death and the timing, it's very likely it has something to do with the curse. You're saying someone used their curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary! They're right. Why would they do that? It's a scary thing to do. It's fucked up. Yeesh. So the curses really do kill people. And someone used it. Shh, keep your voice down, okay? What would happen if another curse bearer heard you? Sorry. Yeah, we gotta be careful. Kohei Jinochi. His deceased body was discovered in the school grounds at dawn. First rate, it's better to be teacher, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance. That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okuda? You're right, that's unusual. Oh, but she was at the school last night too. She must know something about Mr. Jinochi. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, Mio, wait for me! Well, we're gonna interrogate this girl. Huh? So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at school last night? No sense in hiding it then. Plus, I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Oh, right. Yeah, right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Huh. So that's what it was. Okay. So you were talking to him, right? Did you hear about Mr. Jinochi? Heard about it. I've known since about last night. Saw the asshole bite on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you... It was almost dawn. Probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden and ran out to the school grounds like something was chasing him. Then he screamed. Somebody help me! Forgive me, Michio! Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? Michio? He mentioned Michio? Was there anyone else on the school grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was. But for just a second, I think I saw a girl in school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then, I heard him begging for his life, like, I was wrong, and I'll do anything. Then all of a sudden his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. Ugh, that's fucked. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to them? He fell over and quit moving, so I thought, I better get out of here. Yeah, that's the correct response. Like, that man just died by invisible forces. I'm fucking gone. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. But from what you told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Jinochi and killed him. Hell if I know anything about that. I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Did you tell the story to the police? Nope, I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. It's also fair. Like, what are you gonna... The police are gonna be like, sorry? What did you say you saw? That's fucking stupid. They'll either ignore you or they're gonna suspect you murdered him for some reason. Not like they believe such an insane story anyways. Right. But there must be at least one person in the police who's worth trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There was this one cop who always got on my case about stuff. Oh, now he's dead. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did? I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You've got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. It wasn't? Yeah. This was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure that was hard enough for you. Right. That's all I know about the asshole's death. Hey, Mio, I've been thinking about something. The way she described it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Jinochi died. It sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course, I didn't see it myself, but the state of Michio's body was in. It was like she had fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I don't think so. The curses of the 7 mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we can trust what the spirit board said, then Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. We can trust it. Mio's exorcism. Was always the exorcism about, huh? Hey, tell me, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is...
Thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people also have their personality taken over when possessed too? It is possible with spirits who have very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent and child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seances or whatever you see on TV are all bogus. Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Though there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance. Huh. There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense or a deep connection with a person. But even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it would only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with.
Is our player character a ghost? Like, what's happening right now? It's like the story guide talked to us how Shogo Oki did not murder anybody at all during this entire adventure. And he keeps talking about us. And it says that this, and now she mentions how, like, if a person is possessed, they can only choose certain behaviors they wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with, such as choices in the story. Like, who are we exactly? What is this meta narrative? What's going on? Are we different ghosts? Because there's like 7 different people. Like, are we all have to. If we are a ghost, we have to be important to all the people. I don't know yet.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you know if you were choosing that behavior of your own will or not? Hence, why there are lots of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host, the deeper the connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? It must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, Hitomi. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. The same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yakko. I bet you could see them if you, too, with a little training. I think I may pass. So that's what you do, the job you do, huh, Mew? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up all of a sudden saying she was gonna exercise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. Damn. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. Huh. I guess that makes sense. Fair. So, what were you doing in the classroom last night with that teacher? Hitomi, last night before you witnessed Mr. Jinochi collapse, can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Oh, right, with everything that happened with Mr. Jinochi. They'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him that night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, then all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So, last night, that piece of shit Jonochi called me over here acting like he was gonna attack me or something. Huh? What? How terrible! Whatever. I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and cancer in society when he doesn't know shit about them. That asshole was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. Is that so? Could you tell us more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain. Where to start? How to explain? Where to start? Oh, Junochi's misdeeds. What did you mean by Mr. Junochi acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michio Shiraishi, right? The girl who killed herself? Huh? Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. And he was just going to blackmail her, call her up after school, and make her do whatever he wanted. Oh, what? What do you mean when you say whatever you wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. None that a couple model students like you would ever get involved in. No way. That's... How... What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I have not known about this? Yako, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were her friend. Junochi really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. Whoa. She probably felt she couldn't tell anyone. Well, she had to suffer alone. No. How terrible. Hitomi, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him, asking what he was doing. Walked in on it? I couldn't just leave her alone, looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. I don't want to, question this lady, but the problem with this is that we've also gotten reports that this girl possibly kidnapped a child and that she was the mastermind, at least according to Junochi. But maybe she was being abused by him, and he also was like, hey, you're gonna help me kidnap this child because, well, the child would trust you since you're, just a teenage girl. And she was like, I'm being blackmailed by you, so I guess I will help you. But then when something killed her, either it was Junochi or someone else, maybe Najima with his curse ability, if it's to break people's limbs, she became a ghost and started hunting Junochi, and Junochi was like, hey, you gotta help me, man. I'm fucking being haunted by a ghost, and the consequences of my own actions. To the Richter. I don't know what's happening. We still don't know everything. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around. But she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine to keep it a secret. Michio, why? She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth till it was true. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you gave guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. Of course, Junochi didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them. But that's as much as I was involved. And then when she killed herself, nothing I could do about it now. You told me. If you knew about it, then why didn't you? You trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have than what I already did? Yako, there's no point in blaming Hitomi. Michio, why? What was the dirt on Michio? Did you hear what this dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? The dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. Oh, maybe it was the murder. The kidnapping. Again, why would she kidnap a kid? She looked well behaved. But there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know? There must have been some reason. Dunno. Got nothing to do with me. So last night, how did it start? Ah, right. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple of days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of a juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. He was a rough guy, but good at looking out for folks. So he was the only one I could talk to. Huh. So there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time, he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me that she was like me when she was my age and that she was on my side. It must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh no! Damn, this girl, yes. Girl, listen, got cursed. Every time she meets somebody, they fucking die around her. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to that park. Then you listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day he called me over like usual, but something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor too. That was pretty unusual. A favor? What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. A talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. Oh my god, don't tell me it's... But that wasn't all. Is it the curse thing? Then he told me that he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Huh? Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had like a special talisman or something. But apparently Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had. He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me. He said, could there have been something that Michio couldn't even tell the police about? I know things at home are a little complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about Jinochi was doing to her. Hard to talk with cops when someone's got dirt on you. Now, I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what was it you had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't have his eye on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside, there's just a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. So, you've seen inside it. But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass. I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that. Yeah. He even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was going to happen to him. Nakagoshi? Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring the dead guy's last request. Okay. Hey, Tommy. Yeah? That talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important. Need it. It's important to me. Oh. Okay. It actually has the curse stone. So last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had? Yeah. And I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now. Come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock at the back of the entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he used it for secret meetings before. Yuck. I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night. but none he said made any sense. Like, I was really Michio and stuff like that.
Okay. Is she possessed?
He went on and on about how it was my fault, and that if only I hadn't been around or something.
Oh, maybe we were Michio. Ghosts going around everybody.
He grabbed hold of me for breathing heavily. Beep! Were you okay? Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Jinochi was freaking out. Oh my gosh. Good thing you got away. So it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterward, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and old man Ashimiya talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Jinochi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you only here to look for Michio's talisman? That seems to be the understanding of last night. I was dumb to fall for that creep Jinochi's trap so easy. Could have gone a lot worse, but I lucked out. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Jinochi. She did have a reason to hate him after all. No way. You mean that really was her ghost? Like for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power, but it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets.
Yako was like sort of, when we talked with her, she was sort of half awake. So what if she went back to school and then murdered him?
Huh. Wonder if that's what happened. Alright then. Supposing what the spirit board said is true and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. That everything? And that's all I know. Happy? Let's go look for the talisman. Sure. Thank you, Hitomi. Oh, if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info where we can normally find you? Right. I'm not home most of the time. Usually at my friend's place. Here's the phone number.
Alright. Oh yeah, we're living in the age without cell phones.
Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk with you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up! You were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later. And don't die out there, okay? Thanks. We'll be careful.
Oh, poor girl. Well, that was a lot of information. Just gave us more questions.
Alright then. We got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Jinochi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes, the curse echo you experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Jinochi seem to be different. People in the school at the time other than us were Mr. Jinochi, Hitomi, and old man Ashimiya, who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person Hitomi saw, a girl in a school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem to be like she's one.
Yeah, she's not a curse bearer. That's what she meant to say. I said it weirdly.
Mr. Jinochi is pretty suspicious now. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right. That's why I say there are multiple. Oh, right. The person who killed Mr. Jinochi would have to be one too. Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or old man Ashimiya. Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, The mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Jinochi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but... Oh, I just remembered! I also saw Mr. Araishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It looks like he's involved with the curses given that he's the one doing research on the rite of resurrection. So we'll have to be careful of Old Man Ashimiya and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but... As for what to do now, I'd like to find who was responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this off and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. Huh, that makes sense. In which case, next we should do... What exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Araishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help any way I can. But the school is closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try hitting some places someone may know where he is. Where to go then?
Oh, we're off. Go up, down. Oh, well, I guess we're up here, so I might as well go to the bridge first. 9 a.m. And we're traveling. And so, Mio Kurisuzu and Yako Sasaki decided their next location to investigate. That just sort of stopped it. I'm assuming it took us out because we need to do something else. Oh, thank you for telling me to drink water. So we go to the other guys. All right then. So, Kanharue Shigima's story. Life can be tough. Throughout the night, Richter continues to gather information about the curse stones, while Haruhi lies awake until dawn, preoccupied with the prospect of bringing her lost child back to life. Did she say I wake till 10 in the morning? Shigima Mansion. Good morning, ma'am. How you feeling?
I'm fine. I hope we can make good progress today.
How's your curse stone looking?
Haven't felt anything from it since sunrise.
Interesting. It's possible that its powers can only be unleashed at night then.
That aside, why are you so late this morning?
There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. But I did get some research done in what limited time I had.
Very well, let's talk.
What are you doing yourself, Haruhi?
We may be surrounded by curses and death, but it matters little. My only concern is whether I can see my child again. The old mansion where I was born and raised. Town is beginning to wake up once more. The clamor of society can be heard from beyond the garden gates. Like any day, a cloud of pollution drifts out from the industrial area.
Is Richter Kai?
He's looking a bit tired. He must have been up all night investigating.
By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
And what's that?
Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed its soul dregs, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with a curse bearer and have them use the right for our purposes.
Oh? I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible?
So long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you'd expect.
Compensation?
What's the price of a human soul? Cash, for instance. Maybe $1.50. Wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as Shigima's, would it?
Of course. Why, any amount would be fine if it get the job done. I won't let monetary matters lead me to regrets the way it did back with the ransom.
Okay. With that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. You don't think any of the curse bearers want money?
Do you have a curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind?
Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning?
No, I haven't.
Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in this area. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found, but they've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killers. It's garnering quite some attention on the streets.
Oh my! Only 3?
She's like, damn it! There's only 3. I wish there were more. That's what I thought. Even though the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dregs. How do you know? How do you know how many soul dregs is in one? And for what those curse stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seems like a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch.
What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of resurrection?
There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul dregs out. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action.
And then we offer them the deal.
Right. None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. I wonder if this situation could be what Mastermind who kicked it all off intended.
Now that's an interesting theory. Do you think there's someone behind this all?
You mentioned hearing an agonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained a curse stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose. And they are likely after the rite of resurrection as well.
So you're thinking that this person is not one of the curse bearers?
You've got a sharp mind, ma'am. Though it might seem obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they were after the rite, this would be very risky, since as a curse bearer they themselves become a target.
So it'd actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers moved less aggressively.
That's right. But despite that, they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs from themselves?
You mean their intention was also to steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start?
Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is the safer course of action, which is why I figured it best for us to attempt the same strategy.
So how should we do it?
There's still a reason to suspect the mastermind could be the curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. How do you suppose we do so? At this point, all we can do is search.
If there's a mastermind inciting the curse bearers to collect soul dregs, can we be sure there even is a rite of resurrection?
Good question. The rite could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be for naught. Do you want to give up, ma'am?
Never.
Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do it without using the curses ourselves. At least that's what Victor wants to happen. She may go against him. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them, but I only managed to get detailed information on 2.
You're quick. I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire.
I appreciate the flattery. First is Ayame Tono, girl we talked to before. Though she isn't a curse bearer herself, she's a student attending T University. the University of Art. She currently lives alone in an apartment near Midoricho Park.
You even determined her address? You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire.
I called every single university with ukiyo-e in the curriculum pretending to be her parent. Went around to check on her place on the way here. It doesn't seem like she returned home last night. I'm worried she might have run into some trouble.
Didn't you attempt to follow her last night?
I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her.
And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire.
Just complimented him. Then it's like, oh, I guess you're not. Fuck you. I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She's planning to steal the curse stones just like us. It's best we act carefully around her. Next is a tall man who was dressed in black. Oh yeah, that guy. I wonder what he was doing. I met him near Kinchicho. He stood out the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information from him.
Impressive.
What can I say? He works as the secretary to Heihaku Soaps as chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumioka. The Heihaku Soaps headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct?
Yes. They've been here for a while, but it's only in the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth.
I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seems to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I assume she'd want her factories only at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against the industrial waste, a lot of factories with older equipment had to be shut down. Damn.
That's right. Even 10 years ago, there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river.
Most companies back then were more concerned with making profit than protecting the environment. Wow. It's a good thing that hasn't happened today. In Fantasyland, it totally happens. I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't started for the day. I should have better looked later.
Let's hope you will.
Perhaps
they're interested in seeing if the right would be beneficial for their product research into beauty and skincare.
Huh. Now that's an interesting thought. All these people after the right for fucking dumbass reasons. At least our character here is like, I want to raise my child back from the dead. Other people are like, I want to talk to an old artist, and I want to look into the pharmaceutical reasons of resurrecting a person. How could we mass produce it and make a profit? I ran into one more suspicious young man last night.
This one seemed to be out of collecting soul drugs, right?
Indeed, I couldn't get a good look at him though, and I couldn't get enough intel to probably identify him.
Well, that's a shame.
But I can make an educated guess.
Oh?
You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text on the Rite of Resurrection? The one that lives near here? His name is Hideki Araishi, and the man I met was very similar in stature.
Oh my, even he is involved? How awfully suspect. Considering his background, couldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair?
I think it's possible, yes. If he is a mastermind, he's a terrible one. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first.
Understandable.
Of course, I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him. I prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First, I'll return to Heihaku Soap to see that man in black. Their headquarters are down in South Wadagasui Street. Right. Oh, about the kidnapping. I learned something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killings. There was a body found at Komagata High School. The person was identified as a school teacher. His name was Kohei Jinochi.
Do you think he was a curse bearer?
Not sure. It's possible. But regardless, this means that the two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead.
Just when we were getting somewhere.
It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Shiraichi's residence. It'd be wise to pay a visit.
Understood.
I wonder if they're even there. About the serial killings. In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michio Shiraishi, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue occurring like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumors.
But those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no?
It's true. Both occurred a week before this accursed situation began. I see what you said, accursed. Still, it cannot be ruled out. It's possible the mastermind was involved even with those killings. Yep.
How?
What if there were preliminary steps to awakening the 7 mysteries as curses? Can we really assume they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it'd be easier if it were connected to these curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily.
You seem to know a lot about this.
I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one too.
I see. If you were to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind.
You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point. Now they're calling these the serial killings. You might even discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. Shall we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use the curse stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start.
Right. Let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself.
In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am. We can move. Let's go to that school. Everyone's converging at the school. Did they get here at 10 a.m. as well? Here we are, at Ground Zero, Kamikata School. I guess it's logical that the police got this place shut down. The teacher's body was found here after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that the school is closed. All running around like headless chickens or faded shadows. The news has attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works in our favor. The more people around, the better we can blend in. Yeah, we blend in alright. Depressed-ass housewife with bags under her eyes. And man dressed in a cowboy outfit. Seems the officers are still inspecting the scene. Entry has been strictly prohibited. The main characters are here. Anyone?
He appears to be wary of those police officers. Maybe the police really do have something against private investigators, just like in those detective novels.
This place is to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if the teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect police to be baffled since they don't know about the curses. I can ask around and see what the students have to say. Sure, give it a shot. Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. I'm back, ma'am.
So, what did you learn?
That school kids sure love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories about Jinochi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought, though. There was one story that caught my attention.
Oh?
Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Jinochi.
Really?
The story got 2 pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't on the news to me. Apparently he's been mumbling that Michio was going to kill him for some days now. fellow teacher overheard this mumbling and told the students.
And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumors that juicy don't stay a secret for long.
As for the other piece of evidence, a pigtailed girl in her school uniform was seen around the school last night. Yeah, I wonder what that's all about.
Come on.
Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some are proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. Well, it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. The rumor might have been just made up to fan the flames. That she was definitely, yeah. So it's what we guessed. Another mysterious girl is pretending to be Michio, which is why Jinochi was freaking out seeing her. But if it were true,
I want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping.
If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. A student had a list of student addresses on hand.
They just gave it to you? You're a random dude walking up to them being like, hey, can I have the addresses of all the students here? That's an amazing find.
I believe all the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to obtain what should be confidential information. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands.
Well, so far it hasn't, no?
I mean, maybe. Sure, let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's not possible for us to visit Michio Shiraishi's house. I guess we should move. Do you have anything else to say? I can imagine students are uneasy after learning of the murder. It may do them well to stay home for some time, if not for fear of their safety. The police are probably too wrapped up in solving the case to be concerned about the students' mental health.
I can see that.
The way this says the game has a filter, that's like a staticky filter, it always does not show up on Twitch. It's always like a weird, I don't know. Just doesn't look correct. Check something. Could be good. Let's move. The Shiraishi house. Near the Shiraishi household. But no one will be here. Maybe there will be, who knows?
How did it go?
I went to visit Michio Shiraishi's family home. However, no one seemed to be there. I got no answer at the door and all the lights were out. It seems to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspapers out front.
I don't understand why no one's coming to the house. Even after Michio committed suicide. I wonder if this place is okay.
Well, I got a camera just stares at his freaking chest and moves up. Like, yeah, get that chest there. Get that fan service there.
I never liked these messy and cluttered back streets. They give me the jitters every time. It's reassuring to have someone as strong and tall as Richter to accompany me. He looks so unfazed. I suppose a detective is used to this kind of thing. Always investigating and chasing criminals. I wouldn't be cut out for it.
Social connections run deep in working class areas like this place. So I decided to talk to the locals. I met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out the Shiraishi reputation really went down the dump this past year.
Is that so?
I'll give you the quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in a better part of town. Michio's father died in a car accident, leaving behind just the two of them. Michio's mom, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first, they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, being helped in return.
So far so good. What happened?
Well, as I said, their reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognized as Toshiko's common-law husband had moved into the household. His name is apparently Kankichiro Iwai. Neighborhood gossip is something else. Somehow everyone knew his name. Oh, that's not good.
So, what of this EY character?
He was apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He was prone to violent outbursts. The neighbors often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbors took particular notice of Toshiko's screams, pleading with him to not hit Michio.
That's terrible.
As if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbors also began to hear an eerie chanting. What the fuck? Through this, the Shiraishi's standing in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. She stopped responding to her neighbors. She would just turn the other way when greeted. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day, and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community.
That sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something?
Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes.
That's awful.
And then Michio reportedly killed herself. Things only got worse with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since Iwai hasn't returned to the home. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with the Shiraishis entirely and seemed relieved that things finally quieted down again. So that's why no one's come here. The dude probably skedaddled after he's done enough damage to their family, and the girl, the woman, the mom, just sort of got into a mental hospital. Hey, that's terrible. It seems that they were still considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here.
I don't understand it. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved with such brutish good-for-nothing in the first place?
I've heard many stories where one partner's personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. After her first husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises.
Life can be tough, I suppose.
You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Oh, that's what he looks like. Goodness gracious. She sure picked him, huh? The common-law husband of Michio Shiraishi's mother, Toshiko Shiraishi, Kichiro, started coming and going from the Shiraishi household a little over a year ago. It seems he has served some time in prison, but the details are unknown. But the Shiraishi certainly hadn't lucked out with theirs, bringing such a violent man into it. It's a bit quieter over here. It is a residential area, after all. All these rundown row houses really scream working class, don't they? Oh, I know about row houses. I've read Uzumaki.
The Shiraishis were dealt a tough hand. I can't imagine what it was like. Could it be the girl was forced by her circumstances to take part in the kidnapping?
Either way, I think it's time to move on. There's nothing else we can find here. Then we went to the school. Now we go to South Warigisui Street. The Shaku Soap's headquarters are on the other side of South Warigisui Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but it appears things are up and running now. Oh. To think a small soap-making company could grow in so much in such a short time. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see why the director and now chairwoman Natsui Yamamori is called the Queen. All this for soap! Shaku Soaps. What the fuck is this symbol? Dude, this looks like an umbrella symbol. chemical producer that ranks 4th largest in the domestic detergent market and 7th largest in the cosmetics market. From its humble beginnings as a small soap factory established after the war in 1946, founder Natsui Yamamori utilized her feminine perspective and a well-timed economic boom to boldly lead the company into new markets. Even as the market grew crowded with the industrialization of Sumida City, the company continued to expand, digging its roots deep into the area. In particular, it established itself as a household name by focusing its branding toward a rapidly expanding convenience store market. Damn. And that's why the other convenience stores are losing to them. Its flagship products now include cosmetics, detergent, soap, shampoo, and more. The company's name, Heihaku, can refer to katsuri, a type of patterned fabric. Cool. Person of interest update. Can we get to see the president finally? Oh, there she is, Natsui Yamamori, the company chairwoman. Maybe a curse echo, maybe not. Natsui is the former president of Heihaku Soaps, a large chemical company. Though she retired from her position 2 years ago, she still wields great influence over the company from her position of chairwoman. Recently, there have been rumors about her possessing strange and powerful magical abilities, earning her the nickname the Witch of Heihaku. Prior to the war, Natsui enjoyed working her dream job at a textile factory. She was forced to face the bitter reality of the world, however, when the factory was destroyed by a fire during the war, and she was ordered to rework the fabric she had painstakingly crafted into something more suitable for blue-collar work. Witnessing the rise in popularity of Western-style clothing in the post-war period, Natsui left the textile industry. However, a nod to her past can be seen in her company's name, with Heihaku being another name for katsuri, a type of fabric featuring patterns and images woven into dyed fabrics. Having long been dissatisfied with the soap supplied at the textile factory, Natsui saw a business opportunity and set up her own small soap factory. Taking inspiration from imported soap brands, she developed new products which quickly gained a good reputation. Ever the shrewd businesswoman, Natsui ran an aggressive promotional campaign on TV featuring a popular Japanese singer. Oh, she got Haruo to sing for her soaps, rapidly turning Heihaku Soaps into a household name. What a wild come-up story. You mentioned that Takumi works as her secretary? That's correct. Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders? That's exactly my thinking. A curse bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as their next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. Business is up and running. I can see people inside the reception area. So an influential person at Heihaku Soaps is potentially a curse bearer. Richter proposed we use money to negotiate for the curse stones, but we could hardly outbid a large corporation if it came down to it. Yeah, definitely can't do that one. He tells me he barely slept last night, and yet he seems to be brimming with energy. Was I too resilient at his age? Perhaps it's what sets apart a detective from the rest. Surroundings. Back in the Edo period, the canal known as Southwari Gisui ran through the area, but it's been turned into a major road. It's a bit away from Kinshicho Station, or Ryogoku Station, though it's still considered a nice area. Oh, that's what they're talking. Whoops. The stories of the ever-burning lantern and the full washing machine both took place around here. One of the bodies discovered this morning was found by this road as well. This is quite a lively area, huh? I suppose you could call it somewhat of a city center. Whoops, I meant the update. A Warigasui lit partitioning ditch refers to a waterway dug down in the middle of the road so it was divided. At the dawn of the Edo period, the Honjo district was a little more than a collection of suburban rice farms. As the area became more developed, the South Warigasui was excavated in order to drain rainwater into the Yokojikin River to the east. Though it served the people long and faithfully, it was converted into an underground culvert at the beginning of the Showa era. In the present, no trace of it remains on the surface, but the street that bears its name. First, I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. I'll be better if I go inside the headquarters alone. You should walk around, visit a cafe for some tea, perhaps. I'm gonna go in. It may be a while, so feel free to find somewhere to kill time.
Okay, good luck in there.
There he goes. Sorry to keep you waiting.
How did it go?
Fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt. He's the same man I saw last night. But it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. But that doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew about the 7 mysteries. He even guessed we have a curse stone of our own.
Excuse me?
Damn. Guy is fucking smart. Look at who. Look at that guy from JJK. He's just fucking, he's on the warpath. I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night. However, you said your name was Victor, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. I'm hoping you would hand over the curse stone in your possession. Curse stone? What are you on about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had all the same reason you did to think you were the curse bearer last night. And your arrival here only confirms it. You are a curse bearer now. You're right. We lack time. I confess. I'm a curse bearer. I possess the curse stone of the Haunt and Clappers. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. It is a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business specialized in scrubbing curses clean. It is the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you understand the power it involves, no? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers akin to those of a god. She also has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from a pile of dirt into it once was to the home of our headquarters. She cannot stomach the fact that it's now the site of these curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Heihaku is a real-life witch? She wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There's a sorcerer by the name of Suigen Gamyodo who's gallantly working behind the scenes, exorcising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of the dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? These are curses we're speaking of, tools which are used by wicked beings to possess people. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the curse bearers into unspeakable action. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over the curse stone at once. What if we don't want it, though? Very interesting. With that said, just how many curse stones have you acquired so far? If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. We have 6. That's a lie. 6? Whoa. I can rest at ease then. And here I thought I was at risk of being cursed. It seems we are on the same page. If that is the case, you should hand over your curse stone immediately. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it in hiding. Really, no. Then I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. Nah, I don't think that's needed, actually. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to. But I promise, I'll return with it later. Very well. Then you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume? How prudent of you. I'll oblige. He's totally gonna send some people to go fucking ransack that place. And that's how it went.
So they weren't after the right after all.
I wouldn't be so quick to trust them.
Oh?
I believe we're dealing with a master in deception. He may well have made up a story to convince us to part ways with our stone. I think he was lying about having procured 6 cursed stones as well. Like, really? 6? That's excessive.
Well, now I feel gullible.
It's fine. The company is plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the cursed stones. He seemed rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soul dregs. Perhaps the people of Heihaku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed.
Because the chairwoman's a witch?
I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went, or he's trying to spread a rumor.
For what purpose would he do that?
Recently, people have been caught up about the occult more than ever before. If word spreads that Heihaku's chairwoman has godlike powers, she could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique.
That's unsettling.
Yeah. He's probably looking at us now, talking to each other. We should avoid Heihaku for the time being. It'll be a pain to if I have to deal with Takumi again. That guy's an ass. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while in the company reception lobby.
And what's that?
People were discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of a Heihaku employee.
Really?
So long as the officials haven't revealed their identity, it all amounts to no more than speculation, though. Despite that, I have reason to believe Heihaku Soaps is deeply involved with the 7 mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go. That seems to be it.
How interesting that the Queen of Heihaku, or the witch, whatever she is trying to get her hands on the rite of resurrection. It's like some kind of dark fairy tale. Regardless of what it is or isn't, we must stay one step ahead.
To the park! We're here. This is Midoricho Park. Ayame Tono lives around here. She wasn't in her apartment when I dropped by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking in again. Then remind me who Ayame Tono is. Ah yes, the university student we were tracking.
It seems picking up Ayame's trail is out of question for now. Why did we even come here?
Oh, she's losing faith in this idea. This place is connected with the story of the Taiko of Sugaru. Now that Katsushika Hokusai's home was also in this area. That might be why Ayame chose to live here. A small park bordering Southward Yasui Street sporting a mixture of cherry and evergreen trees. Although unremarkable in most respects, its small playground always attracts a number of children come evening. While no trace remains in the modern day, it stands on what was once the site of the Sugaru estate. A legendary artist, Katsushika Hokusai, is also believed to have been born in this vicinity. Is that the artist that Ayame is into? It would make sense if that is the case. That or she just turned that guy? Hokusai? Yeah, sure. That's an interesting name around these parts. I'll use that as my cover story for getting the rite of resurrection.
It's always hard to see children playing in the park. Victory seems to like kids. Perhaps because they're on the same wavelength.
She's calling him a man-child? We won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go check out Ayame's apartment?
You don't mean to speak with her, do you?
No, I prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace of her movements.
Then be my guest.
Okay, I shouldn't be long. Welcome back.
I'm back,
Ma'am.
So nothing?
I'm afraid so. She still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping a watch in the area. I don't know if they got eyes on her apartment, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in.
Interesting. You've got a sharp eye to have noticed them despite them being so covert.
What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately.
You were planning to go that far?
Hey, no, he's a detective. He's that detailed. We won't make much progress sticking around here.
What a waste of time. We should move on quickly.
Is there another area that we can go to? There's the only areas that are possible. Go back to high school, but no one's there. This is going back to high school. I guess there haven't been any developments.
They're all dressed up for school. In another world, I might have had a chance to see my son in a uniform too.
There's gotta be some new development. But everywhere. Near the Shiraishi household. There's a new cutscene. Doubt anyone's living there. Huh? Oh, so you came here too.
What is it?
Is it who I think it is? It's our other main characters!
Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter?
Whoopsies. Teehee.